The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
Live look at Tostitos Championship Plaza, a wet Tostitos Championship Plaza outside Ford Center at the Star in Frisco, where it is 76 degrees. Feels like 76. The high is supposed to be, or was 90. The low tonight is 74. A little overcast today, but not overcast in here. Welcome to the People Show. Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, Nate Newton, Shannon Gross. We're going to talk a little football.
Your shirt doesn't say rainy, though. Like your shirt says very Hawaii 5-0.
It
like
does.
It's, no, like your shirt says very, very Miami, very Mexico. Are you getting ready for Mexico?
It does look like Mexico.
Are you getting Mexico ready?
No, this
because it's a price you got to pay. So, everybody else got to pay that price.
This offensive line may have me booking my ticket. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how they step up. So, sandwiches were good yesterday or Wednesday?
Yes.
Yeah, I had one before the show. I know Jesse didn't mention me at all.
I did mention you.
No, because they reminded you to mention me.
Well,
I
reminded.
Yeah.
Try to take my spot and then doesn't even mention. Jeez.
You'll
be glad when I'm gone.
You go on the injury list,
you
guys
say
get
give
those
him
reps.
2 thumbs up for both sandwiches. He didn't even repeat
Didn't even. You'll be glad
I just
when
looked
I'm
at him
gone.
like, wow, Jesse forgot to get his 2 thumbs up for Shannon.
Slide
You know
right into
what?
the driver's
Nobody
seat.
switched sides like you, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody switched sides like you,
Flip
bro.
flop Newton.
You can't trust that guy. You can't trust a guy like Nate, boy.
So I ain't got no extra gook.
Look,
What is it? Gooch? Yeah.
You got a lot of gooch.
I got to ride the
You
fence.
got a whole lot of gooch.
Way to start the
If
show.
anybody got some
Friday
gooch,
afternoon.
I ride that fence, don't I? Ride that fence. My wife loved it too. She's like, boy,
gooch?
not only is it a good sandwich,
stop.
stop.
I was about to say Miss Michelle.
Tell my wife ain't got nothing to do with you,
I'm
no
about
more.
to say Miss
But
Michelle. Sorry.
What is it? The sandwich. She
The
said, man,
Wingstop.
not only was it good, it was a lot of meat. I said, yeah, baby, it is a lot of meat.
Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Chicken.
Oh,
A lot
boy.
of chicken meat. chicken meat. Yeah.
We off the rails.
All right, let's go. Let's talk
out the
football.
gate.
Let's talk football.
There's
I'm
no
sorry.
football. There's no football going on.
Yeah, it is. It's a price to pay, though.
Holy moly.
There's a name that's being thrown around. Jason Peters.
He's in the building.
Huh?
He's here,
Yeah,
right?
he's around.
He's here somewhere.
That's
What
the
Jerry
word.
said.
Yeah.
This is from Jerry's mouth.
Yeah, on 105. That's what he said. Said he was getting a physical today. Is that what I read? Did I read that?
Jerry said he's getting his physical right now, so they know a lot about him. Of course, Jason Peters is an Arkansas guy.
Yep.
Played tight end.
Did he? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
He started there. He started tight end.
And
at
he
Arkansas.
beefed up.
A little bit. Started getting those Arkansas steaks and stuff like that all up in the system. And Jerry said we know a lot about him already. Of course, Arkansas, and then his years in Philadelphia, playing him twice a year.
Blocking us.
Yeah, and so now it's all.
What do y'all
physicals.
think about that? Older guy,
40.
40 for an offensive line.
Yeah,
Is
what would be the expectations there?
has he got anything left?
Yeah, no, he started 15 games last year for the Bears. Played well. I mean, he played well. I'm not saying he was a Pro Bowler. I mean, he's a 9-time Pro Bowler, but he Pro Bowler last year. But he played some good football. And one of the things that you got to remember, and this is me defending the big dogs up front. When your quarterback, they had a quarterback in Chicago in Justin Fields. When you have a mobile quarterback like that, they sometimes run themselves into sacks. They sometimes run out of the pocket, move in certain spaces. The lineman is thinking one thing, the quarterback is trying to run for his life, and they actually aren't on the same page, and they run into a sack. I don't think you get that here with Dak. You get more of a steady, hey, 5-step drop, 7-step drop. You know the step up, step over, because it keeps me on my track. Right, Nate?
That's right.
Keeps you on my track. Instead of being supposed to be 5-step, you only took 4.5, and now I'm setting for 5, and you set at 4, and now that joker's coming underneath.
And you spin right into the sack.
You spin right into the sack. So he played good football last year. My only – you missed Wednesday's show because I was like super optimistic, Jess. And I'm keeping on the optimistic pace.
He wouldn't answer the questions. Though.
I was super optimistic. He
was asking questions, but he wouldn't answer.
That's what I do.
I want to keep Tyler Smith at left tackle. And I want to have Jason Peters as an insurance policy after the first 2 games. If things don't go the way you expect them to go, then maybe you insert him and kind of – but I want to go Tyler Smith. I want to see what he got. Let's unwrap the gift, see what the hell we got underneath the hood.
All right, let me ask y'all this. If you go with him, right, we know he's got a problem with his hands.
Ain't no if he going. This at least his first game. Ain't no if.
Okay, he goes.
Yeah.
We know he's got a problem with his hands, right?
Yeah.
He likes to hold.
Right.
What would a reasonable expectation for him be? Would it be 1 holding penalty, 1 sack,
none of that.
1 missed? Like what?
Never.
No, Nate. No. Nate. No, you got to be realistic. Like you got to be realistic.
I'm being realistic.
You got to be realistic.
I'm being as real as I can get.
Okay, let's hear it.
No holdings.
That's not
none.
That's realistic.
What? Hey man, it's cool. You get 1 or 2 holdings. Oh,
well, no, they're not going to tell him that. But we're talking about what's going to happen. What would you be like? Okay, we can work with that. Like I know we all want him to not have a hold, not miss an assignment, not have a sack.
This is the funny thing about it. That 1 holding can cost you the game.
Yes.
No, you cannot have.
You can't have it, but you're probably going to.
I tell you what, I'm gonna let y'all have that.
Thank you, because you're not being realistic.
No, I'm being realistic.
No, you're not.
Okay, it's as realistic as I can get.
What's your expectation?
Yeah, I think.
What would you be okay with? Nate wouldn't be okay unless he has a perfect game as a rookie.
He's gonna have nothing. He never ran a perfect route in his life. It's adjustments as you play the game. I've never had a perfect.
No, I had a perfect route. I just didn't finish it. 77 yards. Didn't get no more better than that.
Okay.
Fair.
Yeah. Oh Lord, if we doing that, we should just kept Connor, because he was giving us 1 a game. Connor Williams was giving us 1 a game, and if you just think 1 a game for a young guy is. No. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, we agree with you. We're not saying that it's what we want,
Right.
but we're trying to speak in the terms of realistic. We don't want it. None of us want it to have a holding, a missed assignment, a give up a sack, a penalty, a jump up. We don't want any of that. But
what would you be okay with? Is what I'm asking.
I'm okay with 1 penalty, 1 sack.
Then me too. I think you do that. You're like, okay, we'll work with this. You get 2 penalties or 2 sacks. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
and
but y'all better understand that 1 sack can be a miss.
Oh, yeah.
Can be a miss assignment. It's a direct middle to your quarterback back.
right. We're talking 2 different languages. We don't want that. Nobody wants it. Like, you don't want to give up any sacks.
So, hey, I'm going to take you over here to fantasy land. I don't live like that.
We noticed.
This is the same guy who
Not
goes
taking us
16-0,
into
17-0, 18-0,
fantasy land.
and don't live in fantasy land. What land do you live in?
I live in the real world.
Okay, remember that when
All
we
week
real
long.
world.
remember this
all
next
week long.
Remember this next Tuesday when we start doing
all
we
week
ask for
long.
predictions.
All week long, I would tell the fans what I see, how I think things would go, but I would never, ever, because I think that you can have games where you can defeat people because you played well, you practiced well, you done well, and you overachieved. So that gives you a chance to win. But Shannon, great way to
Let's
do it.
move on.
You gonna
Doug
have the way you going from reality fantasy land, you gonna have a rash on that gooch before the end of the year.
No, man. I'm
You
setting
straddle- you
tight. I'm
straddle that
setting
fence.
tight, bro.
You
I'm
straddle
setting
that
tight.
fence.
I'm setting tight.
Jerry-
What's your beliefs? What you gonna be satisfied with in the failure department?
In the failure
department. I mean, he's going to have his slip ups.
Don't try to mix our words up to make it sound like we're asking for this or we're saying realistically.
He's not going to play a perfect game. But Jerry this morning on the radio said
That's what I keep saying. The price.
Yeah, we will
He's talking
pay.
about
We will
price.
pay some price for having Tyler Smith in the game. Yes. Can we win with paying a price? He said, "I think so. Yes." So can they win with? They're going to have to go through growing pains with their left tackle, one of the most important positions on the field. Can they win?
No, they're not going to win. I didn't think they were going to win with a healthy Tyron. That's just me. I didn't think they were going to beat Tampa Bay with a healthy Tyron.
I thought you said he was optimistic Wednesday.
That was
He was
Wednesday.
asking questions.
Wednesday.
And now he's answering.
Wednesday.
okay. So if you ask him, he's optimistic.
Right.
If not, he's a Cowboy hater. He's back.
I'm
Back to
following
his
that
normal
fence
role.
too, huh?
When he's in the host role, he's optimistic. When he's in his normal role, he's a hater. Okay.
The gooch will be irritated as well. We I've tried on the fence between host and
So who determines his blocking scheme? Is that Philbin, McCarthy,
You
Kellen?
the coach, the offensive coordinator, basically gets with the offensive line coach and say, these are the passes and plays we want to run.
Yeah.
What protections fit those? Or do we have to design something to help us with this protection or whatever? Basically, everybody got their basic protection, but this is the deal. The only protection they really have is to run the ball. Because we don't want to get into this Tampa Bay team as of right now, but you talking about lightning fast, lightning quick, and powerful up the middle. This is this team. So they're gonna have to design a few things. And I'm gonna say right now,
They run against that though.
but quick traps, quick trap. Everything you do is gonna have to be quick. If you talking about some slow developing plays, you talking about hell coming with it. So everything they do starting out in the beginning of the game gonna have to be quick, gonna have to be fast, gonna have to be hitting now. And you got to get these guys on the run. You got to really make. And I'm not talking about the linebackers because they can run, but I'm talking about them hogs up front.
My only thing about the run game is this: are you going to give a healthy dosage of Pollard and Zeke? And you can't just run for running's sake. You can't. And now if your run game is getting 4.5,
No,
5 yards.
No, you're looking at it wrong.
You can't just run.
You're looking at it wrong.
Can't just,
you're looking at it wrong. See,
because listen, if you're
looking
running,
at it you're looking at it as an offensive quarter. You're looking at it wrong. You're looking at it wrong.
You can't run to just
What
run.
you
Because if
cannot
you're getting
have
2 yards
is
of
a
pop,
what
3
you
yards
can't
of
have is negative runs. What you cannot have is negative runs.
Nate, okay, so the objective.
It ain't good to have the runs at all. Actually,
The objective is to go from where you get the ball to a touchdown. Yes? That's the
It's
objective.
where you get the ball
From where you get it, whether that's a return or
Right.
a kneel in it, right? From
Right.
where you get the ball.
to a touchdown, right?
All right. So now, what's the quickest way to get there? First down after first down after first down.
Yeah.
If you're running just for running's sake, a defense is going to say, especially early in the football game, they're going to say, okay, cool. If you're getting 2 or 3 yards a clip, that means you're getting to third down, and it's going to be 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7.
You said 2 or 3 yards a clip, right? So you're gonna be in 3rd and 5 or less.
2 and
3.
2.
2 and 3 is 5.
Okay, 2 and 2 is 4.
Okay, you said 2 or 3. So I ain't finna play semantics with you.
You are playing semantics.
No,
now you're doing. All right, if you're getting 3 yards a clip, okay?
Now you third and 3. So you can run again.
Cool. I like that. So now what's going to end up happening is if I have to take that approach, marching my way down the field, you're going to mess up more often than not and not convert that 3rd and 3 and now have to punt the ball away. So you can't just be running for running's sake.
If you can't
you're
block
running,
on the pass
it doesn't matter.
and you get sacked,
It doesn't matter.
And you're 2nd and 35,
It doesn't-
what's the difference?
If you're taking 7-step,
The difference is
If
you're
you're
going to
taking-
help that defense
No.
you're talking about.
if you're taking
The
7-step drops, if your OC is dialing up 7-step drops, and your quarterback is getting now sacked, then that's your OC's fault. You just said quick 3-step drops, get the ball out.
Quick hit and runs, traps, quick powers, whams.
If one run gets me 3 yards and one quick pass gets me 8, what more? Methodically, how
So
do I
you
get down the
automatically
field?
know that Tolbert can run the route. They're gonna get him the quick deal. You already know that
don't know any
Houston.
of it.
You already know that Houston gonna get you that.
We don't know
I think
that
Dalton Schultz, on the average, can get me 7-8 yards on the catch.
we don't know any of it. We don't know
we
if
don't-
Zeke can pick up 3 yards.
We'll find out.
Well, we'll find
We'll
out.
find
That's
out.
what I'm saying. You can't run for run. Now, if the
You
running
can
is
run.
productive, if it's productive,
This team will have to be a situational, great playing football team, Jesse. And yes, you will have to take your shots and your spots here. I agree with you. But if you are not averaging at least 25 runs in this game, you're going to be in trouble.
so if you average 25 runs and those 25 runs get you
And
60
we got
yards,
70 plays. We got 70 plays.
and that gets you 60 yards, you wasted your time running the ball.
But if you can't get off a pass because everybody teeing up with their ears back, it's the same diff.
Yeah, but they only tee off on you when you're dropping back 5 and 7 steps.
You think we're going to just be able to get three-step drop down? It ain't working.
Tom Brady's made a living on this.
Now you want to say Tom Brady.
There are a ton of quarterbacks.
Tom Brady's made a living on running the ball. I seen Tom Brady run the ball 52 times.
You know what? When they're winning.
They
When they're
did
winning.
this against
When they're
All right,
winning.
you know what? Let's take a break.
I
Let's take a break. Y'all, we're gonna leave the door shut. 2 men enter, 1 man leave. We'll let you know it comes out. When we come back on Hanging with the
I'm
Boys.
leaving. He can have it. I'm too old. I'm too old for this. He can have it.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
The Cowboys way, where 16 Hall of Famers and 5 championships shows us what success looks like. Where turkey is always the second best part of Thanksgiving Day. Where we are all defined by one single thing, the star. Where we as fans know it's our job to keep the tradition going. Bank of America is proud to be the official bank of the Dallas Cowboys and to support the quest of living life the Cowboys way. Copyright 2020, Bank of America Corporation.
Attention Cowboys fans looking for the best shave of your life. There's a new official razor of the Dallas Cowboys, Shave Logic. Imagine not having to buy blades as often and getting more smooth shaves than your old razor, guaranteed or your money back. After more than 10 years of research and over 150 company patents, ShaveLogic is proud to offer Cowboys fans a special offer. For a limited time, visit ShaveLogic.com and get a free $10 gift card with your purchase. Go to ShaveLogic.com now for more smooth shaves guaranteed.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to Hanging with the Boys.
Oh, Jess, you hit me in my eye. Oh, Lord, this dude hit me in my eye.
Nate's still here. Jesse's still here. Me and Kurt are patiently waiting to be able to
Last time I
talk.
got in an argument with somebody, I came back from the break. I didn't have a job no more.
The second segment.
You have a job.
That ain't,
you can hit me and I ain't gonna
promise
tell
you
nobody.
that is not the last time you argued with someone and came back from a segment.
Might have been.
The second segment brought to you by blockchain.com. Ding, ding. Round 2. Let's go. Just kidding.
Can I go back to a question?
Please don't talk about the run
No,
or the quick pass, the 3-step drop pass.
No, I don't want to.
Please don't take us down that road. But yes, if it's
I just, from a football X's and O's type question, the blocking. Now, are there, they call plays, there's the play and then there's the blocking scheme. So you can have a difference in that, right? You can run a slant and have one blocking scheme set up, run it again with a different blocking thing.
Yes, depending on who you throwing it to, where you throwing it at on the field.
Formation, personnel.
Yeah. The thing
So
the thing that a lot of coaches do, and Jess probably is a little more knowledgeable, is I'm gonna tell you who's great. at what we're talking about, if the offensive coordinator, which is the head coach of the Rams, he make things look a whole. Was that a run? That was a run formation. He can when you can make your runs marry up with your passing and vice versa, and it all looks the same.
Yeah.
You know, in a lot of situations,
So
that is what's good.
We've seen in the past in game where they have left guys on an island, like Tyler Smith not getting any help. So when that's happening in game, who is making the adjustments? Who is deciding like which blocking scheme we need to go with for this play? Is it Philbin going up to Moore and saying we got to have this scheme set up for your play call?
Yeah, but they go through it as coach and offensive line. They go through the protections. Okay, and you know, like, hey man, Tyler gonna be by himself on this. It's just no way we can run this play. But this is a successful play for us. We have to run this play. Well, how do we set that up? We don't want to open up at the game with this play. But as time, you want to eventually be able to go to that 7-step drop because teams are going to sitting down on you, correct? They'll just go to sitting on you like, you know, okay, I'm going to move up another yard. Right. I was at 7. I'm going to move up to about 5.5. Or if I'm a 5.5 guy, I'm going to move up to 3 because in these situations.
Here we go with the drop. The feet drops.
We're talking about passing now.
We were talking about passing.
And I'm talking about passing.
Yeah.
And they're going to move up. And now they're going to take away that first option. You know, CeeDee's sitting out there, you know, he early in the game, he was wide open. They're like, no, they're finna run a quick slant. No, they're going to run a quick down and out. No, I'm taking this away from CeeDee. And so now these other guys got to perform, but this protection is we're leaving this guy on the island. So we need to go a little bit deeper to back them up. We need to go a little bit deeper. So this particular play you're talking about, they're going to have to leave him on the island, and he's going to have to know, hey, bro, I'm going to have to be technique sound on this one.
Yeah,
I'm going to have to set perfect on this one. I'm going to have to fight my behind.
There's things that you can do in those type of plays. You can say, okay, listen, we're running this play, and you go to Dak and you say, Dak, give me a slight naked roll to your right. Just to buy another second. You know what I'm saying? Don't be
Kellen
statuesque.
Saying that?
Yeah.
Kellen or
Kellen,
it's not Tyler going.
No. This is Kellen having a conversation with his quarterback saying, "Listen, this is our bread and butter play, but we know on this play because this play has worked well for us because in the last X amount of years we've had 77 out here.
Right.
Yeah. So more often than not, that block's going to be picked up being out there by itself. Hey, Dak, here's the situation. This is a money play for us. This is a bread and butter play for us. Give me a semi-roll.
Yeah.
Give me a semi-roll to give yourself a little bit more. You also tell whoever the back inside, hey, look back. Hey, scan your blocks. Peek back to that left side. You know what I'm saying? Like before you release, just give a little quick peek. I know you're gonna be out in your break a little bit late, but scan back. You know what I'm saying? Check your front side. If that's your protection, check your front side. But before you get up out of there, just look on the back there and see if the old Tyler needs a little bit of help. If he does, get out there, chip him, and then get out to your release. You know what I mean? Sometimes you eliminate that one of those players in that route, but you go, but this other side is where we're going to be bread and butter at. So there's things that you can do within that. And my hope is that coming into next week's game, they use all week to get Tyler ready, but also as a coaching staff say, okay, if this group of plays are our bread and butter, and when we look back in our history, these plays have gotten us success, what other ways can we block them or protect them? Because sometimes you can have it where you say, you know what, we're not going to leave them on the island this time. We're gonna roll the whole protection. You'll hear guys say, Louis, everybody going left. Or Roger, or whatever you want to do. Everybody going however you want to do it. Or we take you on a semi-roll, or we play action that way to keep that in just a little bit set for a second, and we boot back the other way. So there's things within that I hope the coaching staff is putting in play this week to give themselves chances on those plays that in the past have been kind of bread and butter plays for them. So they're not, because what you don't want to do is get to those bread and butter plays throughout the course of a game and they don't have success for you. Because those lead to other things being opened up, other plays being opened up off those. But if you can't hit them or you can't get what you need, now that kind of handcuffs you to do the other stuff that plays off that.
Interesting.
That answer your question?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you right here, man.
The game within the game is always fascinating.
Yes. I'm going to tell you, this team is fast. I don't know about their offense because they've had a few ailments at offense line, but on defense, they are powerful where they need to be powerful at, and they are fast where they need to be fast at. Their positions marry up.
You're talking about Tampa Bay?
Yes. Mm-hmm. The middle of their defense is powerful. The outside of their defense is lightning fast. So whatever we do, however we decide to do it, that first quarter and a half, we're gonna have to be on. We're gonna have to be on and popping. We can't go into this game saying, and I'm talking about from an offense going into their defense, we can't go in saying, it's gonna take us a minute to get right. No, you're gonna have some plays that's gonna be popping to let them know that they're just not gonna be able to set on our one guy, CeeDee Lamb.
What are those plays? Because they've had a history the last few years of slow starts, not getting Amari involved in games. Like, is it quick passes?
I like coming out in what you guys called it, red ball. Come out in that 2-minute drill. Come out with things that just.
We said that last year.
Come out,
and when they did it, it seemed to work.
Yeah.
Come out, because now what you do is you allow Dak to be definitive. You allow him to get to the line of scrimmage.
Let him dictate what's going on.
And the defense has to set because you're at a. They don't have time to do all that rotation and bringing guys and disguising guys. They got to get set. So what they in is what they in. And you know from the start that, hey, I'm going right. What's open right now is Dalton Schultz on the 6-yard stick route, 8-yard stick route. I'm going right there. Boom. Let's go. All right, now swap. Oh, what's open right now is this swing route that's going to get me here. Boom. And now you move down the field.
And if we're going to red ball it like that, now that's where I don't want to run. If we're going to red ball it, because now if you get hit in the backfield, you done lost it all. You done lost all of the moment. That first pass, that first play got to me, has to be a pass. Now, other people like to say, well,
and a completion.
It got to be a pass. It got to be a completion. Whether it's for 4 yards, 5, because now you don't have to stop.
Right.
But if that thing get hit for a loss either way, now you.
Yeah. Why don't teams, because we've seen the Cowboys have success running that fast-paced offense. These days, high school and college, that's all they do anymore. Mm-hmm. Why hasn't that transitioned to the NFL?
Because the consequences is too grave.
Yes, it is.
Because if you go up and you bang, 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 and you don't get it, and you punt it, you got to march the defense right back out there again.
Okay. Yeah.
So if you do that more often than not, and it's, bang, 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 this is the league. Eventually, a good team, they're going to score on you. Yeah. And you keep giving them the ball back like that, they're going to score on you.
Especially if they taking 2 and 3 minutes to do it.
Right.
They're taking 3 and 4 minutes to do it, and you out there for 30 seconds. Your defense, Michael Parsons would be look like,
as soon as he sit down,
I'm down with y'all.
Shut it down. Run the ball.
Yeah. Michael's on the phone up with Dan Quinn upstairs, and he go, well, I got to go. He's like, we back out there again? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You got to have success. And that's why when I go red ball, I like to pass it. I like to know that Schultz or CeeDee going to be – we need to get a completion.
Mm-hmm.
I believe – now, how do you –
No. That sets the red ball off. You can't start red ball with an incompletion.
Yeah, or either spell a hit in the backfield.
Yeah. It has to be a positive. Like I said, even if it's a 4 or 5 yard, just boom, get you the ball. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
But if it's incompletion, now you're like, oh. All right,
now you got to huddle up.
So they can dictate whether they make it off that first one. They could
go
or not go.
Yeah, that kind of propels you to get into a motion. You know
what has to happen, and I think Jesse will agree. You know what would be so big for us is that we score first. I don't care if it's 3. I don't care if it's 7. Score first. Don't walk out there, and maybe I got this team wrong. Maybe I have this team wrong. Don't walk out there. We defer.
Now we can't defer no more.
Try to score, man.
Like you brought Turpin in here for that reason. Like get him the ball. And see what he can do.
Yeah.
If he gets an opportunity to return it. Now if you're 9 yards deep, let's be smart.
Right.
Kneel it. Mm-hmm. But if there's an opportunity for a return, you brought a guy like that in here for that very reason, to give you some excitement, to give you a boost, to maybe get the thing past the 25-yard line and give you some momentum going forward. Because at the end of the day, if you don't get a chance to score, I at least want to be able to move the football to where when I punt, I'm flipping the field. But if I'm punting from the 25-yard line and they getting it at the 35, 40-yard line on the other side, I ain't really flipped the field. I want to be able to get it to the 40, 50, plus 40, and now I can either pin them back, have a long field goal, something where now I've drastically flipped the field, and now they have to march the long way. But I don't want to give any team, especially a Tom Brady-led team, the ball on average at their 35, 40-yard line coming back towards us.
All right, speaking of punting, let's punt to a commercial.
Sure.
We come back. Let's talk wide receivers.
We did. We CeeDee Lamb and Schultz. We just talked that.
But who's number 2, 3, and 4? When we come back on Hangin' with the Boys.
Don't matter.
Yeah, it does.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get your seat in a seat.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a broken traffic light. Stop and go is the name of my game. It's easy. You go, they go. What was it? They go, you go? And if you have the wrong car insurance, these repair costs could stop you in your tracks. So get Allstate's new low auto rate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Not available in every state based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, Cowboys fans, if you're thinking about attending a game this season, visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today. Stay at the team hotel, have dinner with a Cowboys legend, and experience AT&T Stadium's exclusive VIP Owners Club. Also, tour the Star, get autographs from your favorite players, and talk X's and O's with me, Mickey Spagnola. The official travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys will take care of all your travel needs. Visit cowboystravel.com.
With Smoothie King's original Angel Food and new Angel Food Slim without added sugar, you no longer have to choose between treating yourself and hitting your goals this summer. You don't have to choose between great taste and feeling great. Because at Smoothie King, every blend is made with whole fruits and no syrups, so you can satisfy your cravings without compromise. The only choice you will need to make is which one is best for you. Try our classic Angel Food or the new Angel Food Slim, blended without added sugar. Smoothie King, rule the day.
Back to Hangin' with the Boys.
Welcome back to the People Show, Hanging with the Boys. Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, Nate Newton, Shannon Gross for the next 10 minutes or so over your airwaves. Brought to you by Wingstop. Try the new chicken sandwiches. They are delicious. Which one did you have, Kurt?
I had the hot original.
I had a hot original.
We had a few fans saying they went out and got sandwiches just because of us.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking,
little kickback here.
If Wingstop wants some more sales, they
Send
need
some
to
more food?
Send some more food over.
Which one did you have, Jess?
Hot honey.
Was it good?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
Lemon pepper and plain.
Plain with cheese?
I like that. And my wife
cheese.
Yeah.
Chicken and
Plain
cheese.
with cheese?
Yeah, my wife got one. She threw a big piece of cheese on government cheese.
The lemon pepper was good. I had that one
I
too.
had it, yeah.
So they were all good. Thank you, Wingstop, for supplying us with grub. We were going to eat them on the air, but last time we did that, Derek told us to never do that.
Thanks for watching the show, by the way.
Yeah, golly.
What?
Thanks for watching our show.
What are you talking about?
Because we brought that up.
I know. Well, Jesse didn't acknowledge my existence so until he was reminded, so I'm walking all over what he said before. So there you go. Anyway, I didn't watch
the show.
I watched that clip, though.
He watched that clip.
I did watch that clip.
He watched the clip.
I did watch that clip. All right. We talked about receiver. Your number 1, CeeDee. Your number 2 is probably Dalton Schultz. Number 3 is probably Zeke/Pollard.
Pollard, I hope.
But when it comes to who plays the game with the WR next to their name, who is it? Is Noah Brown your number 2? And then who's 3 and 4? Like, what is that?
I think it's to be determined.
Tolbert.
You know, there's like games in like a week.
Yeah. Well, that's
Tolbert, your 3?
Like, we've talked before about what Lamb is going to face as a number 1. You know, that's kind of a big jump. He's now the guy. What's it like for a guy like Noah Brown now to be the number 2? What's he going to face? Or is it just kind of after number 1 is just by committee and who's whatever?
You know, what he faces now is, I got to watch how I say this.
You talking about CeeDee?
Talking about
Noah.
What he's going to face is I got to find another word to use because I know when I say this word that was about to come out of my mouth that y'all are going to.
Tell us off the air.
It's not a bad word. It's just like, so the load that Noah's going to face is going to be something different than he's used to.
Always in the gutter there, over there, isn't it?
We'll show him. Because here's what Noah Brown goes from. He goes from being
a surprise.
Like, think about his last couple years in the league.
Well, we were on this show wondering why they kept him around so long a couple of years ago, right?
Right.
He had a good showing last year, but up until then, you were like, he's a good blocker. That's all you heard from him.
And so now you go from sparing reps, maybe 5 to 10 reps a game, majority of those blocking, to now you're playing 60, 65, 58, 60, 65. So the conditioning aspect of it is different. The moment of it is different. And now he still has to adjust to how the game is unfolding. Because what you see in the first quarter, you might not see in the fourth quarter. Because a team will come out and play you one way in the first. And once they kind of get a bead on what you want to do as a whole offensively, the game within the game, change on you. And now in the fourth, what you thought was there is no longer there. Or what you thought was going to happen is no longer happening. So there's a learning progression for a guy like Noah Brown too. So if that's Noah in year 6, Tolbert hasn't faced that yet.
Yeah.
Houston hasn't faced that yet. Fajoku hasn't faced that yet. So these are all the learning curves from a receiver position that you now have to understand and work your way through. So for Noah Brown, when he comes out there and lines up, before he would have in his mind, I got Kurt Player coming down block. If I have to go in, I'll have to go in. They'll curtail the offense, maybe some plays that I can probably run. So now that you're a part of the offense, and now they're looking and dependent upon you. Some guys just don't have it to be a primetime playmaker. When you're the number 2, there's a good chance that in the heat of a game, the ball may be coming to you. Not saying that you're not a great athlete, not saying that you're not a great player, not saying that you don't have great skill sets. But there's some guys, we've seen it. We've been around here long enough. We've been around this game long enough. You're just like, listen, ball going to him. We know what's going to him, and he going to make the play. And there's some guys you're like, I don't really know. We don't know about Noah Brown. We don't know about what Noah Brown in the fourth quarter, when that winding got up on you, that monkey got on your back a little bit, can you go across the middle and make that third down catch? Because you might be open, and Dak might be coming to you. So those are the things that you got to look at for a guy like Noah Brown when he's stepping in that wide receiver position.
And look, I'm excited to see what he can do because he had a hell of a training camp. Like he worked himself into the number 2 role because you had Fajoko, you had high expectations on Tolbert.
Can I ask you this question? Can I ask you this question? Because sometimes the lack thereof around you,
right? Injury creates opportunity.
It makes your performance look so much better. Like for Noah, I just got to be consistent because Simi's up, Simi's down.
Right.
Vasher's up, Vasher's down. Houston's up, Houston's down. You know what I'm saying? Tolbert's up, Tolbert's down. So when you start looking around and you say, man, all these guys are all over the place. And he's just like, well, I'm just steady. I ain't really doing nothing great. I ain't really doing nothing bad. And all of a sudden now it's like, he's had the greatest training camp of all time. Well, wait a second.
I didn't say that.
No, I'm not saying that you said that. But you know.
Compared to his, it is.
For him.
You know what I'm saying? So you get that moniker of he had a wonderful training camp compared to.
If Gallup was in there or Washington, all of a sudden now he's your 4th or 5th guy.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, now other guys are consistently making plays. Then you're like, well, we haven't heard much from Noah Brown. It's because you hear so many highs, so many lows. How many highs? And it's like, well, Noah Brown is just, we ain't talking about him a lot. He'll make a play, he'll make a catch here and there, but he ain't dropping the ball. He ain't. So sometimes your light gets shined brighter because of all of the inexperience around you.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, I was not on the Noah Brown train going into training camp. I was one of those that was like, why is he on this team? He's hurt. They keep it. I thought during training camp he fought himself into the conversation and deserves it. Now, if Gallup was there, Washington was there, would he be your 4 or 5? Probably. But I mean, he earned the opportunity. Going into the season, him being my number 2, am I pumped up about that? Probably not. But, I mean, I guess we'll see.
I don't know if Noah Brown's the number 2 receiver in the National Football League. I just don't.
We'll see, right?
I think he's a receiver in the National Football League.
Yeah.
Like, because you think about like a number 2, that's 50, 60 catches a year. That's 90 targets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot for a guy who has 16 total.
What do you think, Nate? You were there. You were at camp.
I like what he did, and he will be good enough because we got Gallup already on the roster. So
ready for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. So week 3, he'll have 3 weeks to show what he can do, and probably week 3 this year break seal on Gallup, and we won't be having this discussion no more. We shouldn't be having a discussion, and this is what I believe in. And when you have talented players, or when your money say that these players are talented, I mean, it's all right to have a discussion about Noah Brown, but it ain't doing that for me because we got 2 other guys that we should that's going to be catching the bulk of the balls, and if they're not, something is wrong. Something is gravely wrong with the 2 guys we talked about earlier not catching the bulk of the balls, and that's just what I feel and believe. It's 3 guys I think that should be ahead of him, and the tight end, CeeDee Lamb, and Pollard. I just think that's what I feel, and until we learn as a team that you got these creative playmakers, and we should use them more often. At the end of the year, CeeDee Lamb, wherever they stop at, CeeDee Lamb should be getting on somewhere on a beach just laid out because he just battered and beat to death.
I'll tell you what, and we've been saying this for, I guess, a few years. It's going to be, I think, this year more than any other, you're going to have to get creative with the offense because of the way you're built. You got an uncertain offensive line. You got your fourth receiver is now your number 2 receiver. You got Schultz that you think is going to have 100 catches this year. You got Pollard and Zeke. You got a healthy Zeke coming into the season. You got a Pollard that if you use him the right way.
Been hearing that for a while.
Right? So, are we going to see the offense dynamic change, or are we going to see what we've kind of seen in years before where it's like,
This is year 4 for Kellen Moore as OC?
I think so. Yeah.
Year 4?
That's what I'm interested in. Like, how do you call the game? How do you call the blocking schemes? Are you going to help? You going to put extra tight end over there and
but
chip
I will
on
say
the left
this,
side?
and I ain't defending nobody. I will say this.
What?
And I ain't defending nobody.
He's about to defend somebody.
Nah. You can call all the perfect passes and runs you want, but if the guys can't execute them,
Well, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
There isn't a play that an offensive coordinator puts in the playbook that doesn't result in a touchdown.
That's right. That's right.
There isn't one. Like, if you watch an offensive coordinator put in a play, they're like, all right, listen, fellas, we're going to run this. Man, if you get your block right here, he gets his block.
Oh, this thing going to the house.
Hit his head on the goalpost.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, if you run, Alvin Harper, if you run this post really hard, man, we got Michael coming on the backside of that thing, and he going to hit his head on the goalpost.
Yeah.
And then you get in the game, and inevitably
and you got 11 guys on both sides that have
say
to
the same thing.
execute. Yeah. I've actually heard that a lot. Like, there's no offensive coordinator that draws up a play that he doesn't think will score a touchdown. There are no plays just to
Like, there's no, like, hey, this is the 5-yard play.
Yeah, this is the 7-yard play.
Man, I heard one coach even say, you see that I designed for that ref to get in the way.
If you run right by, you'll run into the ref.
That's what I call that just like that. We knew the ref would be lined up there. Come on.
We watched film on him. We know he lines up right inside the hash mark. Yeah. Well, fellas, enjoy your Labor Day weekend.
You too.
We're off on Monday. Tuesday, we'll be back all week.
At noon.
We're at noon next week. Is that right?
That's our regular scheduled time, Chris.
I thought we were 1.
No,
I thought we were at 1
o'clock.
1 o'clock is our regular schedule.
We need to get with our boss, because our boss tweeted out something today that said we were on. Maybe it was just. Let me find it.
Yeah, find it before we go off air.
Let me find it.
Unless we got somebody coming behind us.
I got 1 o'clock on my calendar. Chris,
I got 1 o'clock on
Chris
mine.
runs the calendar, so
Yeah.
Let me find it. Let me just talk.
Twitter,
just talk among yourselves.
Twitter genius. You can't even
I retweeted it.
Yeah, he said we're at noon, but he's wrong.
He said we're at noon,
Boss
right?
is wrong.
He
Yes,
says
is
noon.
Wrong. Yes,
So-
it is. But yes.
Who do you have at 1 o'clock?
Mix shots,
Mix
which
shots.
are flipped.
Oh, mix at noon.
Mix
at noon. You guys are at.
All right. Oh, don't yell at me.
Okay.
No, I'm not
Don't yell
yelling
at
at
me.
nobody.
Damn it, Nate! Why did Derek tweet that out wrong? There, I yelled at Nate. Does that
There
make
you
you
go.
feel better?
That's what the boss said.
Yeah.
I can
No,
tell
we're
you.
at 1
About
o'clock.
what he
I
said.
usually be the butt of all the jokes with Jimmy because he know if Nate can take it. Nate was gonna go drink his after he get off work.
Nate gonna take his to the case of Coors Light. Huh?
When coaches did
And a
that,
bag of French fries.
like coaches would yell at the less popular guy trying to get to the star.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I did the same thing he just did. Why you yell at him? I'm following what he did.
There's a strategy at being at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, no, because that's during open locker and we get some players on.
Oh yeah, that's
I
right.
think open
That's
locker
why we're
room's
doing
actually
it.
at 1:30.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
one thing I want to tell y'all, man, is we here with a star. I mean, Jesse, you're a star because you're going to get a Grammy or Emmy or whatever. We know you're a star. But I want to say Kurt is a star. Kurt, my hat's off to you. You got a perfect credit score.
Yes,
Yeah.
900.
I thought you were going to say, hey, watch our documentary that you're in.
Oh, talking about, yeah, the doc.
91.
Kurt's got
Check
a
it out.
perfect credit score.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, they're making jokes.
900.
Blame you, Heckma.
yeah.
Heckma caused that.
All right.
900.
Thank you. That's all I want to say.
Hey, listen,
91. Watch it online. You
You said you got a 91. They got one more point on your score.
91 documentary. You're
Oh.
in it. It's
There's
good.
an interesting conversation that we need to have one of these days that involves Nate Newton.
What is it?
Because we call another offensive lineman in the Cowboys that's currently playing for them that may not be playing at this very moment a Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't give Nate that same type of love. And if you match up the numbers,
Match up the numbers.
if you match up the numbers,
Him and Tyron got similar numbers.
just saying, somebody has a little bit more winning
Somebody's got
success.
some more hardware.
Yeah. And so sometimes I'll be like, wait a second, why do we always say first ballot Hall of Famer or future Hall of Famer for Tyron? And we don't speak that about Nate, who's a six-time.
We don't have to. We don't have to.
Who's a six-time Pro Bowler, two-time
Because you
first team
Gucci'd me on
All-Pro.
everything.
That Gooch is enough to go around.
You start with the Ring of Honor, get that going.
You know, I mean, I'm just saying.
I
three,
think 'cause
three
I-
Super Bowls, six Pro Bowls, 2 times first team All Pro.
Yeah.
3 Super Bowls.
It don't matter, man. But let me tell you.
Rushing titles.
A couple of rushing titles, has blocked for the leading rusher of the of NFL all time.
I still got that star gleam.
It still gets paid.
You still get that money.
Still gets paid.
You still get that money, though.
$10 a show.
$10
$10 a show. Kurt, good
I
seeing
got
you.
to check with Derek. I did somebody else's show for 15 minutes the other day. I need to see if I get that $10.
Bill
on
him. Bill him.
Get him.
Yeah, no,
Send
I
that
ain't gonna do
invoice.
it.
Jesse, good seeing y'all. Enjoy Labor Day. Chris, thanks for keeping us on the air. William, thanks for keeping the live
Yeah, Derek
streams
them
up.
cheated. They
Willie.
went back and got Broadus, man, because they knew they was going to
Willie.
catch him. Yeah.
We'll be back
Yeah.
Tuesday, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, you cheated, Derek.
Hanging with the boys.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys?